Okay, it says we are live, and according to that timekeeping device, it looks like we're about 7 minutes early on a 4:30 start time. So we're going to have a little bit of a pregame show here in the house, and this is part 2 of a stream that we did talking about style and watches. And we had some interesting comments, so I'm going to continue that discussion, and this video will probably be relatively short because it's just a follow-up video. And by the way, let me know how the audio sounds. I turned up the gain just a little bit on this mic, and let me know what that sounds like. And so Carlos is in the house, and Blue Shirt Buddha's in the house. Blue Shirt Buddha was first. There you go. He was early in the house. We did start early. So there you go. We got a couple of members of the Wrench Gang in the house already. So, excuse me. So we talked about style or lack thereof and some of the new suits and different clothes that people are wearing these days. And of course, the ugly watches came up in the discussion. And there are a lot of ugly watches out there. It seems like there's a proliferation of ugly watches. Let me know what you guys think. Are you seeing a lot of ugly watches in the forums? And I'm not going to buy into this beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all this stuff. Hey, some things are just outright ugly, and it's not even a judgment call. And so then I'm also going to bring up in the stupid comment segment, I'm going to bring up a comment, and the entire comment isn't stupid, but there are enough elements in it that I think it qualifies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this document up, if I can, here on my laptop, so that I can show this comment. And we can talk about it. So this is a little bit of pregame prep, if you will. Let's see if I can find this. If I can find this document, then I'll be in good shape. Stupid YouTube comments. There it is. And it was a long comment. So we're going to have to parse this out. It was a long comment. And this is under stupid YouTube comments. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get into the stupid YouTube comment. And this is on July 14th, which is today. This is from 120 clicks. Okay? So he just bought the GS Diver stainless steel version. Had it for 2 days, and here are my thoughts. Okay, so the first thing is he made a mistake buying the stainless steel version. I have been very clear on my channel here that if you're going to buy the Grand Seiko Diver, you should get the 231 model. That's stunner right there in titanium. It is amazing and super comfortable on wrist, and the titanium is held up extremely well, very scratch resistant, just a fantastic material, just comfortable on wrist, the thermal properties of it, just the whole 9 yards, everything about it, it's just more comfortable. And I noticed that the crown is cut off there on the shot. I'm going to move the camera just a smidge. Give me a second here. I'll actually move the watch just a smidge. There we go. That's a little bit better. And it's got some spots on it. I mean, I use the watch every day, folks. This is not a Safe Queen, so it just came right off my wrist, and I was wearing it earlier today, and I put it on the bench, and I wiped it off real quick with a little microfiber cloth, but it hasn't been cleaned or anything like that. So Blue Shirt Buddha said, plenty of stupidity on YouTube. Style's okay. Pegged pants, cuffs too long, poorly tied ties on TV. Generally no real style anymore. Uh-oh, there you go. Okay, so we're going to go back to the comment. And so here we go. This is an honest mini review. You look at all the parts separately, the detail is fantastic, especially under a loop. I have a Submariner date ceramic as well as quite a few other models from Seiko itself. Overall presentation is disappointing. Let me explain. First thing, I don't like the large, simple looking and frankly cheap looking numbers on the bezel. I think it looks fine. They look clean. They're very legible. I mean, they look fine. Where this? Okay, so we go on. Let's see here. The second massive issue I have is the bracelet. When you compare the bracelet to, for example, a Rolex sub or even other cheaper bracelets, it's very, very disappointing. Yes, the brushing and detailing is nice, but the large, odd, and frankly horrible-looking extension design is just terrible. Stamped metal and cheap-looking micro-adjustments, it's just terrible. Well, here's the thing, folks. For years, there's this comment again. For years, Rolex clasps were stamped, and they worked fine. I wore them for years. They were fine. And we've talked about on the channel the clasp on this Grand Seiko. It is all about function, and it functions amazingly well. When I first saw it, I was the same. I thought it was kind of bulbous looking, and it could have been more refined and all this. But after I used it for a few weeks, just a few weeks, I'm like, my gosh, this is fantastic. And it is. It's super, super functional. And guess what? The sub clasp, the milled clasp, is, in my opinion, too long. And it's hard to adjust compared to the Grand Seiko, which is super, super easy to adjust. So, yeah, I give the nod on the Seiko. And as far as the rest of the bracelet, it's not even a close call. The bracelet is absolutely gorgeous. You can't really see it in this shot, but the way the center links are and everything, and the flexibility of it, the comfort on wrist, it looks gorgeous. Yeah, I don't know where he's coming from on that. So now we're going to go back to the comment. Let's see here. I would much rather take 5 seconds to take my watch off wrist and use the micro adjustments. Okay, so in other words, he'd rather have to take the watch off to adjust it. I disagree. I'd like to have it on my wrist. But anyway, get rid of the horrible thing altogether. Okay, the next point is complicated, and this is very subjective. Lugs are angled quite aggressively down, and I get why they have done this. For some, this will actually be a plus. For me, it ruins the watch. Japanese have smaller wrists than Westerners, and so ingenious way to make the watch look better. Okay, wear smaller, blah, 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 all that. Okay, so anyway, he talks about the lugs, how the lugs taper down. And again, you can't really see it in that picture, but I've showed it in other videos. And this one here does the same thing. The lugs taper down so that the bracelet sits on the wrist nicely. If you look at a sub, if you look at the side angle of a sub, in many cases, the case kind of goes straight along, and then there's the bracelet, and there's like that gap there. It's not like laying right on your wrist where the bracelet meets the case and so forth, because it's so flat and it doesn't taper. I much prefer a taper to the lugs, and that's why I much prefer the older subs to the newer subs. So I don't know. I guess he's a super case guy. Go for it, you know. But, yeah, I think the super case was a total fail. And anyway, he goes on, and then he says the bracelet's jingly. No, hear this? None of my Grand Seiko bracelets jingle. That one doesn't jingle. This one doesn't jingle. So I guess he got a defective unit. Maybe he got a knockoff. Maybe they're knocking off the Grand Seiko divers now. That'd be interesting. Maybe he got a fake. Anyway, he goes on and on. I'm trying to see what else, what other points he made. Those were the main things. But here's the deal. You really do have to wear and experience the watch for a period of time to understand what it's all about. And the 231 is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been going on 2 years now. In May, I believe it'll be 2 years that I've had this watch. And I can honestly say that it is the best daily driver that I've had in over 40 years of wearing high-end watches, mainly Rolexes, some Omegas, but mainly Rolexes, that nothing comes close to that 231 on wrist. And as far as comfort, functionality, and I think it looks great. It really nails it. Now, is it a good safe queen? Is it a good social media watch, for posting a bunch of photos on social media? No, the Rolex probably would be a better solution for that. But if you're looking for a watch to actually wear and enjoy and use, then I say that 231 is fantastic. And this 005 is no slouch either. No slouch either. You're seeing it in action right here, right now. So there you go. Let's see. The super case on my 216570 Explorer 2 Polar fits my 7.5-inch wrist perfectly. Blue Shirt Buddha in the house. The super case fits his 7.5-inch wrist. It does help if you have a bigger wrist, I think. I think it helps that lay better. I think if you had a smaller wrist, then you'd have more of a problem with that flat case. See, the top of your wrist probably has a long enough flat portion that it works. And this is interesting discussion because I really think it matters. The wrist that you have matters, and the shape of your wrist and so on. So that's why I think it's so important to try these watches on and to make sure they'll work. The other day, Bree and I were here, and I was trying to fit the Apple Watch to her. I was going to give her the Apple Watch Series 1 that I have with the link bracelet, and we just couldn't get it to fit her. Her wrist is so tiny, the whole watch just overshot her wrist, and the bracelet wasn't flexible enough to curve down to her wrist. There's no way we could make it work. And even with the rubber strap, I couldn't make it work. Now, it's the bigger version. It was the 42 millimeter, I think, in Series 1. I think they had a 42 and a 38 or something. But anyway, it was the bigger of the two. So she would definitely have to get the smaller Apple Watch to make it work at all. And maybe even that wouldn't work. So it really depends on the size of your wrist and the shape of your wrist. And I think you really have to try these watches on and see how well they work. Let me just refresh the chat here and just make sure I'm not missing anything here. There we go. All right, so that's the first thing I want to talk about is that comment on the 231. And then I had some other comments about the ugly watches. Some other people were chiming in and agreeing that there's a real problem with a lot of ugly watches out there. So watch out, folks. There are a lot of ugly watches being recommended. Now, when we get to clothing, we talked about the Brooks Brothers suits. I use these as an example, and I'll bring it up again here. You can see these suits, and you can see how short the jackets are and how everything's kind of fitted, fairly tight to the body. And it's interesting, I had a comment from a subscriber that watched the other show after the fact, and he made an interesting comment. He said, the reason that they're probably doing this is they're saving money on fabric. They're making the sport coat shorter, they're making everything tighter and all that because they're saving money on fabric. Because, expensive suits always back in the day, including this Corbin suit that I have on now, always had enough fabric in them that you could easily move and that they were very, very comfortable, right? That was the whole point. You were supposed to be wearing the suit all day, and it was supposed to be very, very comfortable. And so, there's a fair amount of fabric in them. And shirts, like this shirt, this is a Gitman Brothers shirt. It's got a good amount of fabric in it, and the sleeves and everything. It's not real tight cut because that allows you all that freedom of movement, right? Now, it's more expensive to put that extra fabric in a shirt and to have the shirt tails extra long so they never pull out. When you're reaching up to get something, your shirt tail doesn't pull out. It's more expensive to make stuff like that. But they're saving money. They're literally cutting corners, right? They're saving money by not putting as much fabric in. That was an interesting point that was made. There are a plethora of ugly watches out there. Blue Shirt Buddha in the house. Let's see. And it might be because we're a little bit early. We're kind of shy on comments here. Or maybe we've all come to a consensus that a lot of the current fashions are pretty marginal and that we need to be very careful, and a lot of the watches are straight up ugly watches, so we need to be careful. Let's take a close-up look at this 005 while we're here. See, I think that fits very nicely on the wrist. I think that the way it curves down around the wrist and all, it fits very nicely on my 7.25 inch. In the wintertime, my wrist is about 7.25 inches. In the summertime, it can swell as much as to 7.5 inches. So, but right now, this is fitting very nicely, and this is my go-to dress watch, because it'll go underneath the cuff, even this tight French cuff that I have on right now. So this is my go-to solution right now as a dress watch, the 005. And it will be unless and until I get a gold stunner. So for now, this is meeting the need of a dress watch, because it is trim enough, thin and trim enough to go underneath the cuff. Thomas says hello. He's a member of the Wrench Gang. We got a lot of members of the Wrench Gang in here today. It's about all we have in here is our Wrench Gang members. Mac's in the house, though. It's okay. And what are pegged pants? Poorly tied. Here's the thing. And I really don't get the scruffy look that is so popular now. I mean, it's I mean, yeah, if you look like Brad Pitt, right, you can probably pull that off. You probably look okay with a scruffy 2 or 3 day old beard, right? But most people kind of start looking a little bit like a bum, right? If they've got that scruffy look going on. So I'm not sure if that's a real hip, real cool thing. People think it is, but I'm not so sure about that either, right? So the planet needs to avoid fashion, disposable, cheap clothing. So yeah, I think if you buy trendy, the latest trend, that's another problem, is it goes out of fashion so quick, and then you know it sits in the back of your closet and you don't wear it anymore, right? Whereas if you buy a classically designed suit, like this suit is a very conservative lapel. This suit's probably about 40 years old now. I mean, I can wear it now. I could wear it 10 years from now. I could wear it 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I could wear it 20 years from now. It's fine. It's timeless, right? And I think if you buy stuff like that, then, yeah, you're ultimately going to save money, and it's better for the environment because you're not turning things over. And if they're really well made, they can last. This one was purchased at the Georgetown University shop, and it's, I believe, made by Corbin. So, just a decent quality suit at the time, mid-range for what they sold at the Georgetown University shop. Probably about a $500 suit, back in 1980 or so when I bought it. So, let's see. I'm in between dedicated dress watches at the moment. For the time being, I'm using my 214270 Explorer as my dress watch. Works just fine. Blue Shirt Buddha. Absolutely. Now, the 214270 Explorer, is that a straight-up Explorer, or is that an Explorer 2? 214270. Let's pull that up. I don't know all these numbers. 270. Let's try to pull that puppy up. Okay, yeah, so that's just a straight-up Explorer. Absolutely, that can work as a that can absolutely work as a dress watch because they're nice and thin. I believe that watch is only about, is it about 11.7 mils thick? Is that what that is? Let me know in the chat. That can absolutely be used as a dress piece. Absolutely. Let's see here. I like your sense of fashion. There we go. We got a comment, a positive comment from Mr. Patel. Let's see here. Explorer works great as a dress watch. I agree. Carlos in the house. Yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie, this suit. It's an oldie but a goodie. Very, very comfortable. And yeah, I've got several that I purchased from the Georgetown University shop back in the day. The Georgetown University shop in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. Let's see here. I think they still have a shop there that you can go in and buy a suit. Let's see. Yeah, so he has both the Explorer and the Polar. Yeah. So let's see here. Our Wags is in the house. He's popping in. And so 12 millimeters thick. Okay, there you go. That's definitely acceptable as a dress watch. That is about the limit I like to see for a dress watch, 12 mils thick. I don't like to see them much thicker than that. Let's see here. I mean, in some wrists you can get to 12.5 mils. You can still force it in as a dress watch, depending on your cuffs and all that sort of thing. So Bitcoin was pumping a little bit today. Bitcoin is at $8,729, $8,729. And so 7%. So we'll see what happens. Of course, I'm a long-term holder. I don't really care about the day-to-day pricing, but it is good to see that it's alive for another day. That every day that Bitcoin survives, it's more likely it will survive. How's that sound? So I think Rolex Day-Date President Yellow Gold is a classic watch worn by Tony Soprano. Heck yeah. You can't hardly beat a 36 mil Day-Date. That's a great all-arounder, heavy-duty, heavy-use watch, very rugged. You can wear that all the time. Absolutely. And the new versions of it now have the ceramic sleeve in the bracelet, so that should solve that issue where the bracelets get some wear and get some stretch over time. So yeah, the 36 mil Day-Date. I'm on the fence about the 40 mil. To me, I think it would be too heavy and not super comfortable on wrist. So a lot of people like the 40 mil, but I think I would stick with the 36 if I was going back to a Day-Date. But I don't know if I'm going to go back to a Day-Date. I wore them for 40 years, and I don't think I'm going back at any time soon. I think I would miss the accuracy of the spring drive and the 9F drive. Looks like an afternoon meeting of the CraigShipp Wrench Gang. The Wrench Gang is populating the area, absolutely. And our Wags even has an icon in there. I don't know how he managed to do that. He's got a special wrench icon in there in addition to the blue wrench. Cause I have problems with your tie. It has colors that would use a Barcelona fan Catalonian independence. Okay, I'm not sure what all that means, but okay. This tie came from, let's see here, Neiman Marcus. This came from Neiman Marcus. And this is an oldie but a goodie. And where was this made? Made in Great Britain. Maybe woven in Great Britain? I can't read exactly what that says. Well, let me get over here and put it on the camera. So, and there's the label. So, get back in position here. There we go. That's what we do on this channel. Is we we provide the details. That's right. That we dig deep and we get into the details on this channel, and that's how that works. So yeah, I don't wear this tie real often, but it's versatile. Versatile. Of course, anything goes with this dark gray suit and the white shirt. Just about anything will go with that. Let's see here. Let's see. I must say, Chip, you're looking sharp tonight. Thomas in the house. There you go. A compliment is always well received. By the way, if you guys want Brianna to come on a live stream, she's going to be here probably Friday and Saturday. So hit her up on social media and tell her you want her to do another live stream with me. She said she didn't hear anything from you guys after the last live stream. She was all excited that you guys were going to follow her on social media and contact her, and she said it was crickets. She didn't hear from you guys. So, hey, BrieFitDance.com, BrieFitDance.com, BRIFIT dance.com. Follow her on social media and hit her up and tell her that you want her on the show. Let's see. If I see a guy on TV with a poorly tied tie, I move on. Can't watch. Half wins or not is nice. Here's the thing. I mean, like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and like if they've got really poor audio, I can't listen anymore. I just can't do it. And so, yeah, I think people should pay attention to details, things like that, and do the best they can. I try to deliver decent audio here on this channel, so that people can listen and hear what I'm saying and not have a lot of room noise and so on and so forth. We're trying to do that. Let's see here. You have got a wonderful tie, buddy. Okay. It's all in the eyes of the beholder. Not really. This is what people say. You got like a really homely woman, right? And they're like, well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Well, no, not really. I mean, Brad Pitt is handsome. Cary Grant is handsome. I mean, certain people are attractive, and certain watches are attractive. Certain articles of clothing are attractive, and some things are not. I mean, that's kind of the way it works. So, I mean, folks can say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but not really. Not really. What do you guys think about that? That's a controversial thing to say, isn't it? Now, when it comes to style, I think we can agree. I'll pull up this picture one more time of the lovely Brianna in this really cool coat that I lent to her. And I think we can agree that she is eat up with style. That's a classy young lady, and that's a pretty cool looking outfit she's got going on there. And that coat is probably about 50 years old, 40 or 50 years old. So there you go. Timeless style and elegance. And that hat also is probably about 40 years old. That's one of my old Stetsons. So there you go. Let's see. Do you like to wear tie pins? No, I don't have the time for them. I don't fool with them. I don't see the need. So, especially with the type of collars that I have, don't really need to. Have you got a favorite? Okay, the issue of the colors is a specific Spanish political issue. Okay, Craig, looks like the banker you have to meet with about a mortgage. Yeah, right. Every time I log into my PayPal or whatever, they're all trying to loan me money. I don't understand. Can't these people pull up my records and see that I don't borrow money for anything ever? I mean, don't they understand? What's the deal with these people? And you get these spam phone calls, right? They're calling about, your credit card, whatever, or your whatever, mortgage or your loan or this or that, Yeah, they're barking up the wrong tree here. What do you think is essential accessories for a man to have in his life? I have a really nice gold money clip. I like having a gold money clip. Nice heavy one. Okay, let me know in the chat if you want to see mine. I'll go get it and I'll show it to you. But nice heavy gold money clip. I think you should have a nice watch. I think every gentleman should have a nice timepiece on his wrist. And I think a really nice belt is always good. Nice belt. If you dress casual, a nice pair of khakis, like from Bill's Khakis, made in the United States. Bill's Khakis. They're really good. They're versatile. I wear them all the time. And really nice shirts. Gitman Brothers shirts or some older Brooks Brothers shirts back when they made them in the USA. Those were really good. So yeah, some nice shirts, some nice khakis, nice button-down collar Brooks Brothers shirt. You roll the sleeves up and a nice belt and maybe some nice made in Maine high-quality boat shoes, moccasin construction shoes, right? They're real comfortable. They're a good way to go. So yeah, those are the kinds of things. And I've got reviews on all these things on my channel. Just search on my channel for all of these things. Got reviews. Let's see. Would Archie look great with a tie? Yeah, it would help Archie's. Everybody looks better with a tie. Nice looking bracelet, but you have to admit where the design came from. You mean on this one? Oh yeah, it's very much like an oyster bracelet. Absolutely. Well, if things work, if a design works and it makes sense, then, why do you think cars have 4 wheels and tires? I mean, because it made sense. So yeah, that's the way things develop over time. Let's see here. And I do like the bracelet on my 231. It's kind of a cross between an oyster bracelet and something fancier like a Jubilee. It's kind of like a cross, like in between the two. It's really a cool looking bracelet. Let's see here. Maybe I'll show that. Yeah, I think I'll show that. Give me a second here. See if I can figure this out. Okay, I've changed the perspective. I've changed the perspective on that. Now you can see that beautiful signed crown. You can see the shape of that case. I think is gorgeous. Anybody saying that a super case has a better shape than that, wrong. You would be wrong. And see the design of that bracelet? I think it's stunning and super, super comfortable on wrist. And yes, I like the drilled lugs on a sport watch like that. I think a sport watch like that, a tool watch, should have drilled lugs. Function is important. It's not just it's not a piece of jewelry. Rolex has gone more towards the watches are more like jewelry than a real watch that you wear and use. Craig is telling. Okay, I want to see the money clip. Okay, let's get the money clip. Stand by. Money clip. Money clip coming. All right, we're going to bring some other goodies in too while we're at it. Okay, let's see here. Pull this up a little bit more. Okay. All right, money clip, custom made. There she blows. This is 14 karat gold. All right, so let's get a close up here. And see how thick that is? It's nice and thick, so it holds the tension on the bills. And it doesn't stretch out. So there's the money clip. And notice how it gets a patina all over it. People say, oh, gold doesn't hold up. It's like butter, you know, and all this stuff. Hey, I've had that money clip about 25 years. No, I lied. I've had this one about 18 years. About 18 years. Had it made at a jewelry store here in Frederick. Had some old gold I had laying around, melted down, and had them make that for me. And here is the Chris Reeves Sebenza. This is what I carry this most of the time. I actually have a sheath on my Bill's khakis that I carry this. So just in case somebody wants to step to me, I've got a Chris Reeves Sebenza to take care of business. A little tactical knife. You know, and you can do a reverse grip, whatever way you want to do that. You can definitely take care of some issues with that puppy. All right. And then every gentleman should have a very nice wallet. This is my wallet. Now this is about, 30 or 40 years old. Matter of fact, I got this in the early 80s. I got it at Saks Fifth Avenue, and it is alligator. And it's a small, you know, with a small fold, because all I need is my cards in here, my ID and my, you know, my driver's license, stuff like that. And because my money, of course, is in the money clip. So let's do a close-up at this puppy. And it's holding up fine. It's got some wear and tear on it, but it's holding up fine. It'll last me another 30 or 40 years. No problem. So that's how you do it. You buy high quality gear and take care of it, and it's going to last. Let's see here. Let's see. Blue Shirt Buddha says good night. He's headed out. I would like to smoke just to carry a Zippo lighter, or maybe a Dunhill lighter, or maybe a. Does DuPont make lighters? I think they do. DuPont. Let's see here. Because you have a very high credit score, they want to give you a loan. Yeah, they sure do want to leave me alone. Let's see. See you, Blue Shirt Buddha. I agree with Carlos. I never smoked, but would love to snap open a Zippo. All right, so let me check something here real quick. I'm just going to check something just for fun and see if I can do this. I don't even know if I can do this here on the channel. We'll see. My internet is not doing too well here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Remember me here. Okay. Let's see if we can get in here just for fun. Just for fun. Let's see if we can get into my American Express here. I don't know if I can get in on this computer or not, but I'm trying. I don't know what it's doing right now. Okay. Looks like I'm in. Okay, so now, how do I check my... There's a way in here that you can check your credit score. Rewards, benefits. Maybe it's under benefits. I'm not going to show you the screen until I can figure this out here. I think there's a free way that they will do that. Yeah, here we go. Credit score. I think this is it. Whoops. I think this is it. Oh, for crying out loud. I hate it when these things bounce around. They've got stuff loading in, pop-up windows, and all kinds of junk. Let me try this one more time, and then I'm going to give up on these people. Okay, credit score. See, it's got something loading, and the whole damn page is jumping around. Oh, here we go. Credit secure. No. Almost ready to give up on these people. Payment. Credit score. Get comprehensive credit and identity monitoring. No, I don't want that. I just want. There's a way you can get the. They can give you the your credit rating. Where in the heck is it? Benefits, rewards, accounts, services. Maybe it's under that. Let's see here. Payment and other credit card options. Profile card. I swear it was here, but I can't find it now. I'm curious what that is. That's the problem with... view FICO score. Here it is. Here it is. Finally found it. Finally found it. I clicked on it. Let's see what it says here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There's the score. 822. There she blows. So what else does it say here? That's it. That's all it says. Okay. So we finally found it. Okay, so what is that? What is that? What do you think? That's not bad for somebody who doesn't borrow money. Let's see here. Let's see. Fair enough. They want independence, like the Kurds do in Turkey. Okay. Let's see. Take care. Okay. Let's see. Function over form. Function is very important. I agree. Drilled logs are cool on a watch. $100 bills. You got any ones in there? Let me see what we got in here. And this will tell you how good this clip is as far as holding things together, right? Okay, so what do we have in here? We have 1 1, another 1, 3 1s, 4 1s, 5 1s, 6 1s, 7 1s. Okay, somebody keep track of the total number of bills. I got 7 1s. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. 4 5s. Let's see if anybody gets the total in the chat. 7 1s, 4 5s. All right. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 400. 4 hundreds. So how many total bills is that in the money clip? How many total bills? That's your math question for the day. All right. Let's see here what else we got here. Craig, here in Melbourne, terrible smoke haze affecting Australian Open qualifying matches. Sorry to get off topic. Wow. That's interesting that it's affecting the Australian Open. Wow. That is pretty amazing. Every gentleman needs a gold dress watch. Steel doesn't impress anyone. I agree. Gold is definitely the way to go. So at some point I'll probably have another gold stunner. Most of my life I've had a gold stunner in possession. Right now I do not. I'm in between gold stunners at the moment. But we'll see if we can remedy that situation. Let's see. He brings a knife to a gunfight. Here's the thing about a knife. Switch over to that real quick because I got to... So, for close combat, believe it or not, if you're close, a knife trumps a gun. That may sound counterintuitive, but it does. And a knife can do a lot of damage real quick in the right hands. At further distances, further away, then it becomes a real problem for the guy with the knife. But close in, yeah, the guy with the gun has got a real problem if somebody has a knife and they know what they're doing. So there's that. Let's see. What else? The fires look terrible. I've only seen news reports, but my thoughts are with Australian people and the wildlife that have suffered. Let's see here. Yeah, that's amazing. 411 bills equals 427. Wow! Not only did somebody come up with the number of bills, but the total number of cash. Well, now that's fantastic. So they said $427. Okay, so let's check them. Let's check and see if that's correct. Okay? So, we know it's 400 because it's 400s. And they say 27. So 10, 20, and then 7. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. There you go. Let's see. We're going to wrap this up soon because I am hungry. I am hungry. I don't know if you all are hungry, but I am hungry. May I ask, what is your age? Because you look very energetic and vibrant. I will be, I believe, 62 in February, the end of February 27. I'll be 62. So I will actually be eligible for Social Security if I want to take it early. What do you think about that? The Craigster on Social Security. Let's see here. Somebody said 15 bills. Yeah, I think, who's right? Is it 15 bills or 11 bills? Our WAG says 427 for the amount. What do you think of Omega Moonwatch used in Bond franchise? I don't think I would use a Moonwatch. I don't think a Bond needs to wear a Moonwatch. I don't think so. He needs something a little heavier duty than that. My kids make me impossible to carry that much money. They keep milking me. Well, you got to keep it in the pocket. You got to keep it hidden. That's why you need the money clip. Now, so you can pull out your wallet and you can open it up and have like nothing in there, right? So, oh, see, my wallet's empty, right? But meanwhile, you've got the money clip hidden in your front pocket and they don't even know it exists. Same thing with pickpockets, right? They might pickpocket your wallet, but they might not get your money clip, and vice versa. They might get your money clip and not get your wallet. So that's why I keep things separate. Can you give us some tips how you keep yourself so energetic and vibrant? Energetic and vibrant. Eating right? Hey, you are what you eat, isn't that old saying? I exercise anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day, every day, like clockwork. And don't spend time with a lot of negative people. That's why we block the trolls on this channel. Be around positive people. That helps a lot. If somebody's a drag, get rid of them. I'd rather have nobody around than have people that are a drag around. And so there's that. Let's see. There is a Moonwatch in Bond films. It's a Seamaster. Okay. You got awesome looking frames. What's the brand? Oh, these are just cheap reading glasses from Costco. I hate to break the news. They're nothing special. So yeah, just came from Costco. Let's see, and playing tennis. Yeah, I've played a lot of tennis in my day. Absolutely, tennis can be very good exercise and a lot of fun. If you're doing things that are fun, these days I go for a lot of long walks whenever I can, whenever the weather's decent. We've had some really mild days here. I've gone for nice long walks. If the weather's terrible outside, I go up and down the stairs. I've got several flights of stairs here, and I can go up and down the stairs and exercise that way. There's a lot of things you can do to exercise. I do 3 sets of push-ups on even days. So today was my push-up day. So I did 3 sets of 50 push-ups each. And I do, on the odd days, I do arms. So I do curls, alternating curls. And I use 25-pound dumbbells. And I do 50 with each arm. Okay, so, total of 100, but 50 with each arm. And I do 3 sets of those. So 3 sets of 50 of the alternating curls, and then 3 sets of 50 push-ups, and those are alternating days. Now, back in the day when I was a young guy, I used to do 3 sets of 100 push-ups, but I don't do 100 anymore. I do 50 now. I could do 60 or 70 if I really pushed myself, but I'm slacking off, so I do 3 sets of 50. So that's how that works. Let's see here. And then I have some other specialized exercises I do for forearm and different things I do just in case I need to defend myself and I need to grab somebody and, do a little number on them. I like to have very strong forearms and grip and things like that, just in case. You never know in an emergency when you might need that. Costco sells Mont Blanc frames for $99. There you go. You're looking real sharp and handsome for your age. This gentleman is just full of compliments. A motivational person. If you want real motivation, follow Brianna, BreeFitDance.com, BreeFitDance.com, and she will motivate you. Let's see. And that also helps. Working with energetic people like her helps keep me, on my game. Just trying to keep up with her. Hey, Craig, I'm scared of losing my hair when I get old. Do you have any regimen for your hair, or is hair loss mostly genetic? Don't ask me about hair loss because obviously I'm not successful at keeping mine. I think a lot of it is genetics. You can use one of those scalp brushes when you shampoo your hair, okay, that is good for the scalp, that kind of helps. And then you can get Propecia, right? That'll help regrow hair or help keep you from losing your hair. I think that's the only thing that's really been scientifically demonstrated to work is that prescription drug, Propecia. And then there's generic versions of it. So those would be the 2 things I would recommend. But yeah, those of us that are going to lose our hair are going to lose it. There's not a whole lot you can do, I don't think. Craig is young compared to me. Our Wag's in the house, and our Wags looks great. He's in shape. If you want to figure out how to stay in shape, ask our Wags, because he's got it figured out. He is in shape. He's sharp. And he is wearing a day date. So that's how that goes. You got any goals to achieve at this point in your life? I'd like to corner the market in Bitcoin. Yeah. No, and at this point in your life, what you do is you try to stay healthy. That is job 1, is staying healthy. And number 2, maintain your wealth. In other words, be on the defensive. Try not to let the tax man and lawyers and other greedy people take your money. That's your 2 full-time jobs when you get to this point in life are try to stay healthy and try to defend your estate. Those are the 2 primary things that you focus on when you get to this point. Because people think that building up an estate is the hard part. I would say that the hard part is probably then defending it from all the people that want to try to take it from you. So that's an issue. No rest for the wicked, right? No rest. Let's see here. Hair transplants will work. There you go. Trump uses Propecia. Oh, does he? Okay. It's known to work. It is known to work, and now that there are generic versions of it, it's come down in price. But once you start taking it, you have to keep taking it. You can't stop taking it because you'll lose whatever hair was preserved. It'll fall out if you stop taking it. I guess that's the thing. All right, we are going to appreciate your wonderful answers. Got any tips for youngsters like me? We don't give financial advice on this channel, but if I was a youngster, I'll tell you what I would do. I would buy and hold Bitcoin, and I'd get as much of it as I could as fast as I could. That's what I would do if I was young. So, yeah. And do not ever borrow money. Never go in debt. Work hard, save and invest, and eat right, exercise. Be serious about taking care of yourself. I think those are the things that I would do if I was young. Yeah. So, let's see. Cheetown, California. Are you just now coming in? We're wrapping up the show. What are you doing coming in now? Oh, well. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up because I'm hungry. And I get a little mean when I get hungry sometimes, and I don't want to be mean on the show. Sometimes people make bad decisions, and then the lawyer has to try and limit the damage. Yeah, well, and the problem is when the lawyers get involved, they dive in your pockets. That's the problem. They become the solution and part of the problem. Our Wags says, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell. Our Wags is always looking out for us. And give the video a thumbs up. Enjoy your dinner. Bye, guys. I got to leave. Okay. And we are wrapping this puppy up. Let's take another look at that case, that beautiful case design on the 231. It's one of the few times we've really shown a close-up of that case design and that signed crown. Crown. And that beautiful, that stunning bracelet. And there's an Olight. There's a titanium Olight flashlight right next to it there. So that's how that works. Oh, Brianna, Bree Fit Dance is in the chat. Bree, we're just getting ready to wrap. And we were just talking about you. A lot of the folks were saying that they would love to see you come on the show again. That it's been, that they really enjoyed when you were on the show. And they want to see you come on the show again. So Brianna from Bree Fit Dance with a wrench is in the chat, folks. Make sure you click on her link there and make sure that you go and subscribe to her channel and click on the bell. She's absolutely adorable, and she's a classy young lady, and she's serious about building her brand. She is no joke, and she owns and holds Bitcoin. She's a long-term Bitcoin holder. So there you go. All right. And Brianna says, we'll come soon. There you go. She's going to be on the show at a later date, folks. There you go. Absolutely. And Thomas, Cheetown says hello to Thomas. Oh, let's show that. Let's show a photo of Bree while she's in the chat. Maybe she can comment on this photo. Bree, let us know what you think about that photo. I think it looks super, super classy. And we're showing a photo right now of the lovely Brianna. Bree Fit Dance is her brand. And she's in the chat saying hi. And there you go. What do you think about that? What do you think about that photo? And we are wrapping up. And Bree is absolutely welcome, says Tim. Tim is in the house, and he says Brianna is welcome to come in. And Thomas says, take care. So there we go. That's a nice little last minute, the lovely Brianna popping into the live show. And I'm going to wrap this puppy up. And Bree has one more comment. It's so classy and elegant. I really loved posing to it. There you go. Absolutely. Bringing a little bit of class and style to the show. That's what it is. Bringing a little bit of class and style to the show, to the live show. Thanks again, everybody. And as our WAG said earlier, everybody be sure to click on subscribe and click on the little bell. And I'm going to eat dinner. That's how that's going to work. Thanks again, everybody.